Well, since we're have you any of you guys watched or caught Squid Games?
Yes.
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 I've
Have
seen
you
all
finished
the
it?
memes
Yes.
and all the reels.
Yes,
Have you
I
finished it?
Spoiler alert in advance.
I don't
If
really
you
care.
haven't
No, no,
seen
I
it,
don't.
no, I'm talking about
Well,
the
I'm not
chat.
spoiling anything. What I'm
Okay.
saying to you,
All
after
five
the
people.
end of that show, after the end of that, I just finished it today. After the end of that, I felt like, man, this whole time we're the VIPs
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
because
I can
we're the
see that.
ones watching this
He
shit.
says no spoiler alert, and then he throws in a spoiler.
Yeah.
That's not a spoiler.
How's it
No,
not?
no,
That's just
they-
my opinion.
No,
Is
they
it?
said spoiler alert.
I know, but he said he's not going to spoil
Yeah,
the
but I
show,
said I'm
and
not
then he
spoiling
spoils
anything.
something.
Bro,
No,
he be
honest,
spoiling
well, you have
every
to
other movie,
understand
bro.
what a VIP is. You have to understand what a VIP
I
is.
get it, but you
That's
kind
when
of
you. That's
telling
when you go to
people
the
what a
club and you buy
VIP
bottle
is.
service, bro. Like, bro.
You spend $150 and you become the VIP.
Because the thing is,
Exactly.
they're literally
And then the
not
bottle
even
girls come
mentioned until like the last 2 episodes or some shit.
Yeah, you're right. It's
So-
no 2 or 3.
Yeah, so you're spoiling shit.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah.
It works out.
But
I
for
it's
gave
the
a
it's
bottle.
disclaimer,
a-
though. I gave a disclaimer.
Thank you,
Spoiler
thank you,
alert.
thank you.
It's
Yeah.
actually like a really interesting show. Like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I'm like, then I watched episode 1. I was like, all right, it's interesting.
Wait, but
But
did
I
you
like-
watch it in Korean or did you watch it in English?
I watched it in English because I don't speak Korean.
See, we're not like.
Obviously, the subtitles.
See, that's the thing.
genius, like,
Tasha, he's
I was like,
Remember,
I was like,
it's
what?
alive, bro.
Tasha, you
I was
come
like,
from
what?
you come from a background of anime, right? And in
Yeah.
anime, the
And
way
K-pop.
you really get
read
to
and
soak it-
watch. Read and watch.
you have to do that. For those of us who aren't like, I like anime, I love anime. Don't get me wrong, but those of us who aren't so enthusiastic about it, like you are,
Read, damn it, learn how to read.
I understand, but I'm illiterate as fuck. First of all, okay. You see some of the spellings I do sometimes on my topics. Oh my god! If anybody ever
I
called me
I
out,
don't want to call you out, but
Oh.
earlier you kept saying LGBTQT. It's definitely LGBTQ.
whatever.
Yeah.
Plus,
I'm
yeah,
I
like,
messed it
we're
up
switching
too.
it up.
yeah, like I'm
Hey,
illiterate as fuck.
he got all of them in there, so
Yeah.
it matters.
I got them. I'm illiterate as fuck.
No matter what order it was.
They're all the
it's in
letters
there.
there.
You
But
could've
so
been like
we're gonna
POC.
like I watch. I don't
Yeah.
watch. I watch dubbed all the time. I don't want to watch the subbed. Like I don't want to. Like I feel like I'm gonna miss something if I'm reading this shit. I'm not here
No,
to read.
Yeah,
I heard-
that's the reason why
I
I don't
heard that
read it.
it-
I'm like, what?
If I want to
No,
read, I'll
I'm
pick up a
asking
fucking
because-
book.
I'm asking because I heard, I don't know, Nico heard it too, that if you saw it in English, you didn't get basically all the content that the Korean version was trying to like give out. You get me? Like you were missing certain
Oh,
things.
you know what? I think I did hear something like that. Actually, you're right.
So
I heard
What
you.
do you mean?
it's
What do you
one of
mean
the-
content?
There's other.
I
There's
mean,
hidden
like-
things in there that you don't get unless
Like
you're
scenes?
doing it in Korean.
like the translation,
Correct.
You,
The
like you
words
miss
in
it.
the speech because it doesn't translate over vocally 100%. Like there are. What I'll do is there's some shows I watch. I know it sounds silly, but even though it's like dubbed, I'll still have the captions on because there's certain and I'll be listening to what they're saying and I'm reading the captions and they don't line up, right? And so the words
Yeah.
that they verbally say aren't the captions because they're trying. The translation on the caption is actually the translation of the other language. The English version is just people speaking, doing the speak over.
Yeah, they're translating.
Yeah, so it's a
That's what
little
I've been
bit. It
doing.
is a little bit different.
I started doing that with Yu-Gi-Oh, the old show. I was like, oh,
Hey.
they had the Japanese ones. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember that. And why does this
See?
sound better in Japanese? And
See?
why does the soundtrack sound even better? I'm like, yo, what is going on here? Like some of the attacks and like the moves, I'm like, Galaxy Buster? Dang. Let me see in English. Cypher attack. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit?
Wink.
Yeah, bro, give it the Japanese one.
Weak sauce.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but
yeah, no.
I thought it was a really interesting show, and I can see why it's huge, right? And how it became a big show. But what
No, it's huge right now.
Yo,
What?
that show has produced so many reels.
Get your
I'd be
mind
on
out the gutter,
Instagram like,
Tasha.
bruh.
Sorry, Nick. Go.
No, you're good. Nah, I'm just saying all the memes and the reels on Instagram and TikTok
Finally
and
get
that
'em
they're choosing
now.
for that shit. No, not only that, you're like some of the shit they be doing, like the one where the red light, green light. Yo, that's my favorite meme they do. They did one about Pop
TikTok
Smoke in New
trend, you
York.
mean?
Yeah, the trans.
Yeah.
Yo, they did Pop Smoke. They did. If you're a car enthusiast, like cars, like the backfires and the two steps and all that. Yeah, I was dying. I was like, I may just watch the
Messiah
show.
was lost. So like,
Yeah, he's
you
lost.
know, during the red light, green light part,
Yeah.
obviously you got like freeze. But in
Yeah.
the TikTok trend, like they'll play music in the background. It's like,
Oh, the
you
side
know
side
you
the
want to
Merengue.
react. And
Oh yeah,
goes in his
Bruh.
title.
yeah.
And then it shows him like,
Yeah, and they show
But
him
they
getting
gave-
killed.
There was a part on the show that was really emotional. Like they
Yeah.
really tap into your emotions. Like holy shit, because a lot of the decisions that they make is, especially towards the end, is more emotional decisions.
yeah,
The thing I like
But
about
they're
the
just
show,
like,
no one's safe.
the thing I like about the show though,
That's what I heard.
is the entire show is nothing but foreshadowing. Right?
yeah,
At the last 3 episodes are all given away in the first few. Everything you need to know is in the first few episodes. You just don't know you're looking for it. So like all the main characters and how what's going to happen to them is all foreshadowed in their flashbacks. Every single one has a foreshadowing of what's going to happen. Spoiler alert, everybody. Right?
I also heard. Oh, my fault.
Go ahead. No,
Finish.
you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't know how accurate it is, but I ended up seeing a meme, and it says in one of the episodes, I guess they're in like one of the game rooms, and it shows all the games on the wall.
Correct.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like,
but that's at the
damn.
end.
No.
That's at the end.
As soon as they get in,
That was like,
the thing is you don't notice is all the beds.
Oh, because of the beds.
Correct,
Yeah.
but you can see them in the background. There's foreshadowing. How everything that plays out on this thing is foreshadowed throughout the show. You know everything that's going to happen, but you don't know it until after you see it. Like if you go back and rewatch it, you're gonna be like, oh shit. So like, dude, I'm telling you, like everything.
But the ending, the surprise ending was interesting to me.
it wasn't a surprise though. They foreshadowed it.
It
No.
is to me.
Yes, they did.
But you're talking about when he's in the when he's looking out and he's looking at the guy freezing in the floor.
Yeah.
yeah.
They foreshadow that person is that who he is.
What person? Is
No.
that the guy in the cold? That was
No,
a random
not
guy.
him. I'm
Oh.
talking about the conversation they have. That
Yeah.
he finds out who the person is.
Yeah, it's foreshadowed by his number, by the one that he supposedly. Yeah, everything he taught, dude. Everything is foreshadowed in that, dude. If you go back and watch, they're leading up to it. There's a reason he's
heard
the
there's a
only one who
theory in there,
smiles
too.
in the first game. Okay, and he's excited to play it, right?
Yeah. See now, but it makes sense, right? It makes sense because that you start watching the smile and you start watching all this.
That's
and
my
then he's
point,
like,
though, is
because
that-
when they have the conversation at the end, he's like, you brought me the excitement and you brought me all that.
But that's my point, that it foreshadowed what was going to happen. So the reason he hit the button that paused everything, because he was that last vote, was because he didn't want to have a guilty conscience about everything. So that's why he also went back and helped convince some people to go back on their own free will. He also, you never saw him get gassed.
That's right. I forgot about that.
You never saw him get gassed, right? He was
Yeah, but you find that out at the end, though.
no. That's what I'm saying. But my point is
Because
foreshadowing.
they never show him get shot. Because the
Correct.
camera
They
changes.
never show him get gassed.
Yeah.
And on the first game, when they're showing through the eyes of the machine and it's literally targeting all these people, there was no targeting on him. That machine never targeted him. He wasn't
Interesting.
recognized. And then that
That
same
never caught on to
scene
that.
where
Yeah, I
he's
never
like,
caught on to that.
explains.
the
So,
scene where
yes,
he's
I mean,
talking
I
about,
didn't see
oh,
the
this
show.
is exactly like where I grew up, right? I used to hide behind a tree and watch my son play with stuff there, right? That was all foreshadowing.
That's
That's
interesting.
why
you-
you were talking
did
about
you
the green light
hear-
game.
Sorry, my
Pardon?
bad. Go
Very
ahead. Go
good.
ahead. My
I
bad.
was just gonna say, like in all the videos I was seeing, I would like in like how the robot tracks the people. I always notice, why is there a lag in a certain spot? Why is it not targeting everybody like it's supposed to?
Why do you think in the scene where they're going all fucking berserk at night, he stands
Yes.
up and says, enough, I'm scared, this needs to stop.
And then
that's when
the
they
soldiers
decided-
come out.
That's
I
when they
was
stopped
literally
it.
just gonna say that. Yep.
Sorry,
then the
I didn't mean to
soldiers
take
come
your
out.
thunder.
It's okay.
But yeah, it was all foreshadowing.
But tell me how it wasn't it cool when he's like, how about we play it for all? We play for all the marbles. he goes, well, you want me to play for your one and you play for all my alls? That's not even fair. He goes, but then he turned and he goes, but the way the way you treated me, was that fair? And he's like, whoop. I got emotional. I was like, holy shit, that's so true. Yeah. That shit was, that lets you know that like he was conscious the whole time. He was just testing him.
Yeah.
But he liked him. You can tell he liked him because there was something special about him.
Well, there's another theory out there now.
I was gonna say
What's
it
the
too.
theory?
Say it.
Okay, that they're father and son.
Yep, that's the theory. And he never got a chance.
It can't be.
He never got a chance to see. He was always gone and didn't get to watch this. And he always wanted to play those games with his son.
Go back to that episode.
Yeah, he always wanted to play.
Because he said he likes to watch his son from the corner.
Correct, and never joined in.
He said he goes, "Oh, I lived in a neighborhood like this too. I grew up in a neighborhood like this, you know." So
that's
interesting. And the thing is, the old man says, "I regret that I used to always stand and watch my son play rather than joining him." And now he joins him, and that's why he's the only one you see him talk to when after they have their break, and he goes and randomly shows up in his town.
So he was wealthy. He had his son and his mom go through that struggle.
Well, he wasn't probably wealthy then. He probably had the kids.
No, he was wealthy because he was wealthy because he was like
that wasn't a wealthy neighborhood.
He used to lend people money.
That wasn't a wealthy neighborhood that he was in.
No, he not at that point, but he got to the point where he was wealthy.
Correct. After he abandoned his family.
Yeah.
He abandoned his family to go make his wealth. That's the theory.
I thought in the beginning, I thought that, okay, so I was obviously off, but to me, I thought that whoever won the game or whatever would be a VIP for the next season.
That's what I thought too. I thought that's what the gold card meant.
Yeah. So I was like, oh crap. So I could have done without homie with the red hair at the end. So I was like, that was random. But
no, there's also, so here's the problem. So this is what I don't like, right? People are making a lot of theories about what that means, but it's beneficial. So first of all, did you guys know how long it took him to get this pilot, like hit to a pilot? Do you guys know how long?
10 years.
10 years. He's had this for 10 years.
Wow.
It got denied 10 years ago.
Correct. So the thing is,
and then now it just became public.
Correct. And so the problem is people are making judgments, and I get why. Don't get me wrong. People are making assumptions about what certain like the stuff at the end means, but there is no season 2 right now. They're going to make one. It's too popular, but he's never written it.
Yeah, they will make one now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So for people to make assumptions like, well, the red hair is because he's going to be like this, like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, if it happens that way, it's just a coincidence.
He looks so fucking weird with hair. Like, it just threw me off. I'm like,
when he seen that guy playing that game on the floor, he went up chasing him. He goes,